Welcome back, I'm DRN and this is Mechabellum, a 1 vs 1 auto battle with giant mechs blasting each other to bits with lasers and rockets. You're joining me going into game 2 of this week's tournament. We lost our first game unfortunately, so we're playing spoiler and aiming for second place. Here we go. Ooh, Alpha, he's the lobby leader right now, so this should be a good game. It's a bit rough if you're the top rated loser in a bracket, because you end up playing Seed 1. And it's a bit hard on Seed 1, because if he wins, he doesn't get many minor points. Right, choices here. Giant, Quick Supply, Supply, Cost Control. Giant's not bad with Stormcores and Fangs. Quick Supply could be a great aggro start there, but it doesn't really suit me, I'm not great with Steel Balls. Supply, really good starting units, but not much HP. But because we're offered Supply, we know our opponent isn't, so I'm going to take Cost Control here. 100 extra gold per turn for 13% less stats. We don't have to worry about our opponent having Supply Specialist, and turning it into a net 50 gold difference, with the same 13% negative stats, because that is a rough matchup if you go Cost Control and your opponent goes Supply. Right, so we're cost control, so we've got this extra 100 gold, so I'm going to start with triple tank, which will give us a nice strong starting lineup, but also open us up for tank carry if we get offered extended range sledgehammers. Sledgehammers are pretty strong right now, because two of their apex predators, Scorpions and War Factories, have taken a knock on the head from the nerf bat and lost 10 range apiece. I'm leaving 3x3 gaps for Wraiths, Sabertooths or Scorpions. Oh, I haven't said hello, I've been yet forgetful lateful. Lateful? Is that a word? Of late. There we go, English is hard. So he's Marksman Specialist with a big orange sniper, and he's got tanks and arc lights. Ooh, that's a lot of chaff clear, so I can't drown him in crawlers. I should have looked at his setup before I committed to triple tank. But to be honest, the only thing that would have put me off would have been Phoenixes. Let's go Sniper of our own, and use him to pick off the Orange Man hopefully. Try and steal that XP bounty, because a level 3 unit is worth 5 times normal XP if you can kill it. Right, we've got lucky here, we've got the snipers on the same side as each other. I probably should have played strong side, weak side, and had the extra chaff on this side as well, but never mind. So with his Orange Man, who's worth about 200 gold, he's got the tempo, but we're cost control with an extra 100 gold per turn, so in 2 turns time we'll start outscaling him. So what I'm expecting is we'll have a slow start, where he'll win the first few rounds, and then we'll get back into things, as we start drowning him in value and swarming him with millions of units. Of course, this is a massive generalization, and anything can happen, and I'm secretly hoping that our triple tank at the start here will catch him out, because he's a little bit light on chaff right now. Oof, arc lights are so good at killing chaff. It's that combination of rapid fire and massive splash. And yeah, the Orange Man one-shotting the tanks is painful, while our snipers take 3 shots to kill an arc light. Ouch. There is definitely a downside to being cost control. Ooh, this is going to be a tough game. I much prefer having the tempo advantage, I'll be honest. That's why I value Quick Supply and Marksman as starting specialists, even though I know objectively a scaling starter is probably better. I just like winning rounds and leveling up my units, because double the stats, half the price, you know? Right, a tiny bit of HP, no big deal, we knew this was going to happen. This stage in the game is just about building a strong board and preparing for our final composition, with a good foundation of chaff and chaff clear. Speaking of which, ooh, these crawlers look very tempting. Let's do it. Let's use them as late arriving chaff and also corner recovering crawlers, in case he goes for the Fire Badger flank play, which has gotten quite popular on the ladder recently. Right, we've got options. Do we go even more tanks? Do we go more snipers? I think at the very least we need another sniper to cover this side, to put him off from trying a Phoenix pressure on the tower, with a pair of jump drive Phoenixes or something. And then let's get some more crawlers. Even though he's got excellent chaff clear, we still have to buy chaff, you can't skip this step, or his carries will get far too much value in the late game. Right, don't forget to unlock a unit, and let's see what he's gone for. What's he gone for? Ooh, Mustangs. Makes sense. More chaff in the middle line and another sniper at the back right. Okay. Mustangs are a little bit of everything. They're not bad at chaff clear, but they do lose head-to-head with crawlers. They provide quite a large number of bodies themselves, but they're quite fragile and expensive relative to their DPS. DPS being damage per second. What they have going for them though is the damage is constant, always coming out, and is never wasted as overkill. Very importantly, they can hit air and land. They're really weak to armor units, because they have very low base damage. Once they start rolling with a few levels, or a damage item, they can be a nightmare. So we're going to have to stop them dead in the tracks. So I'm thinking 2 more sets of tanks and mech rage on the tanks next time. Not a great start to the game for us here. We're not even getting close to a big sniper right now. So we're miles behind on tempo. We need a big swing turn to get back into this. Come on, give us something good. Ooh, that is not ideal. Damage item for him is almost certainly going into those Mustangs. We've got 750, so we could afford the heavy armor and still do 2 sets of tanks and mech rage on the tanks. Yeah, it's gotta be. I think this is the highest tempo turn we can possibly do. Which tanks are the most XP? You guys? So here we go, 2 more sets of tanks, and then Mechanical Rage on the tank, which reduces their attack interval by 1.5 seconds. What on earth does that mean? Well, they go from shooting every 4.5 seconds to shooting every 3 seconds, which is a 50% damage increase. Think of it like this, in 9 seconds normally they'd fire twice, but now they'll fire 3 times. So now our board has gone from 3 sets of tanks shooting at 100% power, to 5 sets of tanks shooting at 150%. So this is a big power spike for us. And yep, he did exactly what we expected, he put the damage item on his Mustangs. And he's chosen to shore up his weak side with even more Mustangs and Crawls, which are both vulnerable to tanks. So we are looking good right now. Doesn't feel like he spent 600 though. How much is he floating? 300 on the new units, 100 on the item, 100 on the tank upgrade, 100 on the... 50 on the Arclight upgrade. So yeah, that's 550. Wow, okay, he's only floated 50. It's a small thing, but it's worth keeping track of. You get a feel for it over time. If your opponent suddenly holds 400 gold for the next turn, expect War Factory. I've got a friend called Jezza Tequila who likes doing that. And if you're not ready for it, it can really catch you off guard. Personally, I think it's best to always try and spend as much as you can, and play the strongest board possible each turn. Whoa, yes, what a turn! We've smashed through everything and got straight to the Orange Man. Now we can just level tanks and add more chaff and we're good. Or we could bolster our snipers in case he goes airborne to avoid us. Right, ooh, Wasp Spawn will give us some mischief here. We don't have great anti-air coverage at the back. We can cover that with some more fangs though. The shield item's a good amount of HP, but I don't want to spend the whole turn buying a single giant. So I think we're going speed here. We'll have speedy tanks, which will let them dodge Stormcaller rockets if our opponent goes Stormcaller. Whoa, so many upgrades, so much power. Let's cover these flanks with fangs. Will work as late arriving chaff as well. Some in the midline, just in case he summons wasps here. This is still his strong side. It's got the big sniper and the Mustangs with the damage item. Right, let's see what that does. Ooh, cheeky missile trying to pick off our tanks. Is he missile specialist? No, okay. And wasp spawning right where we expected it. Ooh, this might not be enough fangs actually with cost control. I should have put the ones on the sides behind the tower directly. Ah, my mistake. Hopefully the ones at the back will still buy us enough time to win the round. Ooh, he's going to get our towers. I could have put a missile here as well. Oh, that's a great split. It's almost perfect for the wasps. We can kiss our towers goodbye. Goodbye tower, goodbye round. Yeah, I definitely should have put those corner fangs behind the towers rather than further out on the wings. Because if he summons the wasps on the wings, they can just start chasing after the crawlers and the fangs get extra damage on them anyway. Oh, this is rough. It's a lot of experience for his units, killing our level 2 tanks. Well, we had a good round last round. This round was his round. Well played, he found the gap, and I underestimated the impact being cost control would have. Ooh, laser sight, shield, or amp core. You could make a case for all of them. I'll be honest, I'm a big fan of amp core. Health and damage on a unit that's tanking and spanking. Yeah, let's do it. He doesn't like these tanks in the flank, but I think these guys in the midline are actually doing more damage. Yes, they are. We look very one-dimensional to me at the moment. Everything we've got is on the ground, so we're kind of asking for an air pivot, or a Stormcaller play by him. Yeah, Scorpions would give us a pain as well. We don't have the extended range tank card, so they would be the hardest of hard counters for our board right now. Debating our next step here. Does he show anti-air on his snipers? Yes, he does run anti-air on his snipers. That puts me off going Wraith or Overlord unless we really need it. So I think we're going to go Stormcalls before he does. Plus, if he does go Scorpion, then Stormcalls would be a great counter to it. Trying to present a new problem, a new threat each turn, so that he's on the back foot responding to us rather than being proactive himself. That way we stay in control. Let's see what he's gone for. Ooh, more chaff and just levels on everything. Okay. I think we should win this now, because he's bought slow-moving fangs and we've just dropped Stormcalls. Whoa, the rain of rockets vaporizes his front row, and there's more where that came from. So now he's got to get through tanks and Stormcallers. I don't think a handful of snipers are going to be enough. You need to drink some Red Bull, my friend. Grow wings. Take to the skies. No, I'm joking, but don't drink energy drinks regularly. They contain an awful lot of sugar, caffeine, taurine, and niacin, which are all fine in moderation, but the doses in those drinks are insane. My big Hydra homie, water, it's so good. Most of us run permanently dehydrated and don't even know it. With a quick and easy check to see how hydrated you are is the colour of your pee. What you want is the palest of pale yellows. If it's orange, you need to drink more water, and if it's red, you're right out, or you've been eating beetroot. Right, sorry, I'll stop being distracted. Today on DRM Plays Mechabellum, we'll talk about sun cream, water, and exercise. Nah, I'll stay in my lane, don't worry. All these giants. He either takes Fortress or Overlord. So we could go back row Melting Point, which would set us up nicely if he does go War Factory as the anti-missile tech. But I think he's still looking for an answer to our tanks, which is why I think Overlord or Fort are the most likely pickups here for him. He's never taking the Typhoons because he's already got the Mustangs. Let's take Fortress ourselves. Gives us some flexibility as either carry forts or tank forts. And they've got lots of technologies that aren't affected by being cost control. Level you up, level you up. Double the stats, half the price. Can't say fairer than that. Love leveling up my units. We need to get better air coverage. Let's grab a handful of elite snipers and give them range. That way we're covered for Overlord or future Wasp players. So now we've got a decent bit of anti-air. It's 2 turns till the Wasp come back. Let's grab health up from the tower. Probably should have got this sooner. 50 left over as these crawlers are going up. Right, that's everything we can do. What's he gone for? Ooh, he's gone Fortress as well, and Stormcalls with Splash as well. Wow. Well, let's say imitation is the highest form of flattery. He is copying our moves like for like. The downside for us, though, is we are cost control, so ours are a bit smaller. Ooh, and more cheeky missiles than the sledgehammers, but they're just going to do poke damage, it won't do real damage. Definitely isn't going to kill them, and they would already die to one shot from the Fortress. So he's gone Stormcaller as well. We've already got Speed Specialist, and our tanks have got Mechanical Range, they're super fast. Yeah, like look, these missiles are all landing behind our tanks. Ooh, there goes our first Fortress. We're a bit light on chaff on that side. It's those Mustangs with the damage item and levels. I think we need to go ranged Fortress then. Keep them a bit safer, set further back. Ooh, we're getting his tower. Yes! That's huge. It means our rockets cannot miss. Everything he's got is moving through treacle. Go on. Yes, big sniper down. Taking towers is the key in this game. Win the towers, win the round. Oh yes, that is a satisfying sight. That's going to be a good hit. Oh, look at his health evaporate. Whew. Good round for us there. Off we go. Improved Wraith, super heavy armor, energy shield device, or assault scorpion. My gut is saying energy shield device, because we just need one good round to end the game. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for the tempo kill. This might backfire. If we lose the round, we'll be behind on board for the rest of the game. But these shields are super strong, and he's shown a tendency to use missiles himself. Let's go ranged 4, and 2 more of them. Drop them in the middle to balance out our board. And then we're going for a tempo kill, so we're going to push plus 200, take down the range. And then 300 left over is Stormcaller levels, and these tanks with an item. Perfect. That is all we can do. Let's see if it's enough. Oh, he's gone extra fortresses as well, but he's gone barrier on the forts themselves, rather than shield devices, so they wouldn't have gained from the energy device specialist. Oh, and an extra set of Stormcallers, I see you. And he's loaned plus 200 from the tower as well, and taking temporary range as well. Okay. Yet more cheeky missiles. What is this? They're not doing much. They're not killing a chaff line behind the tanks at the same time, so it's not a 2-for-1. He's not got missile device specialist, so he can't kill level 2 tanks. Ooh, here we go. The big guns sound out, reaching across the battlefield, bouncing off barrier shields, deflected harmlessly away. Our tank commander foolishly holds his tanks in place, bringing all guns to bear on the shields, but his fixed position is a prime target for the rockets to rain in. From deep within our territory, the Colossus fortresses form improvised sniper positions to the marksmen behind. Our tanks are falling, their armour inadequate to the withering barrage they're sustaining. The whole battle hinges on the fortresses. I'm not sure we'll have lethal even if we kill everything right now. I may have gambled everything on a tempo kill, but it might not pay off. Oh, it's so close. Come on, get the tower, get the tower. Oh, we got him! Have we? Each fort is worth 400. Yes, that is lethal. Well played. Tempo kill for the win. Whew. Right, so he was caught out by the tempo play there. Range forts is a bit of a pocket pick of mine, where I want to use them as carries because I've already got a solid frontline available. We already had millions of tanks and the Stormcallers doing splash and clearing out the chaff. So I wanted the fortresses to sit back and use their DPS to kill off the big stuff. We were cost control, so we're getting money, money, money every turn. And look, energy device shield, 2 shields actually got broken. But them getting broken, them being there in the first place saved the tanks from the missiles, and probably bought us enough time, because our energy device shields have got 60,000 health, I think it is. Oh, it might even be 80,000 health, I can't remember the exact number. Whereas his barrier is only 40,000 health on each of these fortresses. And these forts have to walk forward to get into contact. He didn't have speed specialist, we did have speed specialist. And we had range, so our forts were a bit nippier on the feet, 9 meters per second, 6 meters per second. And we were able to shoot from further away and do more damage. So that was a nice little tempo kill there, that he just wasn't expecting. The big turn for us was a Stormcaller turn. We were struggling until the Stormcallers came out, and then suddenly he had to answer us, so he went Stormcaller as well. I'm not that impressed with the high-level crawlers. I think they were just feeding XP to our opponent. I mean, these guys did do 40,000 damage. They did okay. He had Mustangs, 2 sets of them with range. I think he'd probably done a couple more sets of Mustangs. Probably one less set of Stormcallers, put these ones in the middle, and probably not quite, I don't know, not quite sure why you went the extra snipers as well. I guess it's just his anti-air positioning, but he had 5 snipers in the end, but no techs on them, so they weren't doing an awful lot. Whereas we had 4 snipers with range, who were just steady damage for us. Good game though. Glad he got the push, because I thought I'd caught him with a tempo there, but no, he was solid. We didn't take the attack up, because I felt a shield was more important than a single attack up, which might be a misplay. Fortress is shooting for 5,000 damage a shot for cost control, whereas his is doing 7,000 damage a shot. Fair enough. Anyway, good game. Let's see how much comp power we gained or lost. Creeping back up again. And how are we doing in the tournament? We are... Sorry, Alpha, you were top rated at the moment, and then you met me, and no longer top rated. Second place, Void Insanity in first. Editing DRN here, sorry for the delay between videos. One of my family members had a 9-hour heart operation, so kind of everything went on hold for a bit. I'm afraid real life comes first. I do enjoy making these, and I hope you enjoy watching them. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next game. It's going to be a rematch versus Alpha. Can lightning strike twice? Fingers crossed.